In an age of empires and legends, a new king arose in Israel. His name was Solomon, son of David, the shepherd king. He inherited a kingdom, a realm poised for greatness, but Solomon would build more than cities. He would build a legacy etched in wisdom and whispered in ancient lore. The world watched as this young monarch took the throne. Expectations were high. The people yearned for peace. They longed for prosperity. Solomon's reign promised both. It was to be a golden age, an era of unparalleled splendor and profound understanding, a time unlike any before. From the bustling markets of Jerusalem to the distant shores of Ophir, his influence began to spread, not through conquest alone, but through the sheer power of his mind. His judgments were sought, his counsel was revered. He was more than a ruler, he was a beacon of light, illuminating a path for his people. His court became a center of learning, a hub of culture and art. Scholars and artisans flocked to him, drawn by his patronage and the aura of his intellect. The kingdom flourished under his hand. Peace reigned across the land. His name became synonymous with justice and with an insight that seemed to touch the divine. What truly set Solomon apart? It was not just his royal blood nor the riches of his kingdom. It was something far more profound, a gift of unparalleled measure. It was his wisdom, a wisdom so deep, so vast, it seemed to encompass all things, from the smallest creature to the grandest designs of the cosmos. This wisdom was not mere cleverness, it was not simply accumulated knowledge, it was an insight that pierced the veil, a clarity that saw to the heart of matters. He understood human nature, its frailties and its strengths. He could unravel the most tangled disputes with an almost effortless grace. His words carried immense weight, bringing truth to light. Kings and queens from distant lands journeyed for weeks, even months, just to hear him speak, to witness his judgments. They brought him their hardest questions, their most perplexing riddles, and Solomon, with calm assurance, would offer answers that resonated with truth and left them in awe. This extraordinary intellect became the cornerstone of his reign. It guided his decisions, it shaped his laws, it built his magnificent temple, a testament to his devotion and his profound understanding. But where did such wisdom originate? Was it purely a human attribute, or did it flow from a higher source? The stories of Solomon's wisdom are legendary, almost mythical. They speak of a mind that transcended ordinary limits. But some tales whisper of more, of powers beyond mere intellect, of a connection to realms unseen. Did his wisdom unlock other doors? Doors to the mystical and the supernatural? Legends abound of Solomon's command over spirits, of his ability to converse with animals, of potent magical artifacts crafted with his unique knowledge. These are not just tales of a wise king. They hint at something deeper, a mastery over forces that few have ever understood or dared to explore. Among these whispers are the stories of his seals, powerful symbols imbued with authority, said to grant control over the unseen, to bind and to command. What were these seals? What secrets did they hold? Were they mere symbols of power or keys to a hidden reality? The mystery endures. Thus, the figure of Solomon is more than just a historical monarch. He is an enigma, a king whose wisdom was divine, whose reign touched the heavens, and whose legacy delves into the mystical. Join us as we journey back to explore the life, the wisdom, and the profound mysteries of King Solomon. King Solomon was young. He had just ascended to the throne. A vast kingdom lay before him. The weight of Israel rested on his shoulders. He felt the immense responsibility. The legacy of his father David was great, but Solomon sought his own path. He journeyed to Gibeon, a sacred high place, seeking guidance from a power beyond himself to lead his people with true understanding. At Gibeon, Solomon made a grand gesture, 1,000 burnt offerings upon the altar. This was an act of profound devotion, a young king reaching out to the heavens. He yearned for a connection, for a sign, for wisdom, for strength. As night descended over the hallowed ground, the air grew still, charged with anticipation. Solomon lay down, his mind filled with prayers, the fate of a nation in his thoughts. In the deep silence of that sacred night, the Lord appeared to Solomon. It was not an ordinary dream, this was a divine visitation, a moment where the veil thinned between the mortal and the eternal. The voice of God, clear and resonant, spoke directly to the young king's soul. "Ask what I shall give thee," an offer of unimaginable magnitude. Consider this extraordinary moment, the creator of all, offering a gift to a young man newly crowned. What desires would stir in a king's heart? Would he ask for endless riches, or for a reign of unparalleled length, perhaps invincibility against all his foes? The question echoed in the ethereal silence. A pivotal choice hung in the balance, one that would define his entire existence. Section 2. A heart that understands the unselfish prayer. Solomon listened to the divine offer. His response was not born of impulse but from a place of deep humility. He acknowledged his youth, his inexperience. "I am but a little child," he confessed. "I know not how to go out or come in." He felt the immense task of leading, of guiding God's chosen people, a nation so numerous, like the stars. He knew he could not do it alone. His request was remarkable. It was not for personal aggrandizement nor for the common desires of rulers. He did not ask for wealth or long life. He did not ask for the downfall of his enemies. Instead, he prayed for something internal. "Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart, a heart to discern, to rightly judge, to distinguish between good and evil, for the immense burden of his people." This selfless prayer, it ascended. It reached the very ear of God, and it pleased the Lord greatly that Solomon had asked for this. This wisdom, this discerning spirit, it revealed the caliber of the man, a king who prioritized justice and the welfare of his subjects above all personal gain or earthly power. His heart was truly set on service. God's answer came, swift and affirming. "Behold, I have done according to thy words." The promise was profound, unparalleled. "Lo, I have given thee a wise and an understanding heart, a mind like no other before him, nor would any arise like him thereafter." His selfless request opened the floodgates for a divine endowment of wisdom, a wisdom that would echo through ages and become his defining characteristic. Section 3. The bestowal of unmatched insight, more than mortal wisdom. And because Solomon's desire was pure, focused on wisdom for righteous governance, God bestowed even more upon him. Blessings he had not even thought to request. "I have also given thee that which thou hast not asked." Both riches and honor were added such that no king in his time could compare to Solomon's splendor. A powerful lesson in divine economy. Seek first the kingdom of understanding. Solomon awoke from this profound dream. The images, the words remained vivid, etched forever upon his soul. He felt an undeniable transformation, a new clarity, a heightened perception. The world appeared in sharper focus. The complexities of life seemed clearer. This was no mere fleeting vision. The gift of wisdom was now part of him, a divine spark illuminating his mind. He returned to Jerusalem a changed man, no longer just a young king, but a vessel of divine insight, ready to face the challenges ahead. This wisdom was not of human origin. It was not simply learned or acquired. It was a direct impartation from above, a sacred trust to be wielded carefully for the benefit of his people and for the glory of the giver. This encounter at Gibeon, this selfless request, this divine answer, this became the true source of King Solomon's legendary reign. His unparalleled wisdom was not his own. It was a gift, flowing from the heavens, making him a beacon of true justice, a ruler of profound understanding. His story, therefore, truly begins here, not with a crown but with a prayer, divinely answered. Section 1. The Judgment of the Two Mothers. A test of true wisdom. News of Solomon's wisdom spread, but one case would test its depths. Two women came before the king, each claiming the same child. Solomon listened intently. "Bring me a sword," he commanded. "Divide the living child in two." The true mother cried out, "Give her the living child." In that moment the truth lay bare. Solomon's remarkable insight was not reserved solely for dramatic court cases. It permeated every aspect of his reign, transforming the very fabric of the kingdom. His wisdom became the bedrock of his administration, guiding his hand in matters of state and in the careful organization of his realm. He understood that a thriving nation required more than just clever judgments. It demanded foresight, structure, and peace. He established a sophisticated system of governance, dividing the land into 12 districts, each with an officer responsible for provisions, supplying the royal household and the army. This ensured a steady flow of resources, preventing scarcity and fostering stability. His organizational skills were unparalleled, creating an efficient and well-managed kingdom where the needs of the people and the state were carefully balanced. Furthermore, Solomon's wisdom shone in diplomacy. He forged strategic alliances with neighboring kings like Hiram of Tyre, a crucial partner. These relationships were not built on conquest but on mutual respect and shared interests. Trade flourished under his peaceful policies. Caravans laden with exotic goods traveled to and from Jerusalem, enriching the kingdom and its people. His reign was a testament to wise international relations. The fruits of this sagacious leadership were abundant. Israel experienced an era of unprecedented peace and remarkable prosperity. The people lived securely, each under their vine and under their fig tree, as the scriptures say, from Dan even to Beersheba. The kingdom flourished, a beacon of stability. Solomon's wisdom was not just abstract, it translated into tangible blessings, creating a golden age for his nation. The divine wisdom granted to Solomon extended far beyond human affairs. It encompassed the vast tapestry of creation. He possessed profound knowledge of the natural world. He saw the interconnectedness of all living things. His mind mirrored the wonders of creation. He spoke of trees from cedars to hyssop. He described beasts, birds, and fish. His wisdom was an intimate familiarity with life. This wisdom found voice in art and literature. Solomon composed proverbs and songs, 3,000 proverbs and over 1,000 songs. His words became a timeless legacy. His knowledge spanned botany, zoology, ethics, and music. His wisdom was a multifaceted jewel. He was a sage, poet, naturalist, and ruler. King Solomon's wisdom was a divine marvel. It shaped a nation. It drew the world. Whispers began to circulate, tales of something more than a keen mind. Murmurs of abilities that defied mortal limits. Did his understanding unlock other doors? Doors to realms beyond our sight. This deepened his legendary status. Persistent narratives passed through generations, of Solomon holding sway over more than men, his voice heard by creatures great and small. His knowledge extended into hidden arts, powers that could shape reality itself, or perhaps bend it to a knowing will. Such tales painted an extraordinary picture. Imagine a wisdom so deep it perceived the universe's patterns, the unseen currents beneath our world. Perhaps this perception was the key, the source of these mystical abilities, not sorcery but enlightened mastery, a connection to the divine source, a power wielded with purpose, the line between wisdom and magic. Was Solomon a magician or divinely inspired? His understanding appeared as magic. Legends suggest extraordinary power, control over elements and unseen entities, far beyond simple sagacity, so comprehensive and divinely inspired. Its effects appeared as magic to ordinary eyes. The legends strongly suggest an extraordinary power, a control over elements and unseen entities, that ventured far beyond simple sagacity. Among the most striking legends is Solomon's command over spirits, jinn, angels, and other entities. He could bind them to aid in his ambitious projects like the temple in Jerusalem. This dominion was achieved through wisdom and divine sanction. Solomon's ability to converse with animals further enhanced his wisdom. He was revered as a master of hidden knowledge, extending his influence beyond his kingdom. Solomon wielded his authority through mystical artifacts. Chief among these were his rings and seals of command. These were not mere symbols but conduits of mystical power. Engraved with sacred names, they were keys to his command over spiritual realms. The true nature of these tools remains a mystery, hinting at a king touched by the supernatural. Solomon's seals are a profound mystery. Were they tangible objects or powerful symbols of his mastery? Imagine these seals as real, imbued with celestial power. Or perhaps they were symbols of his spiritual state, reflecting his alignment with divine law. The enigma of Solomon's seals continues to fascinate, blending physical and spiritual elements. If Solomon's seals were real, what became of this sacred knowledge? Was it lost to time or deliberately hidden? The loss signifies more than misplaced artifacts. It represents a missing piece of our heritage. Perhaps this knowledge was too dangerous for those less wise than Solomon. The allure of these lost secrets speaks to our deep yearning for understanding. Solomon's seals have echoed through diverse cultures. They became symbols of ultimate knowledge and mystical power. From medieval alchemists to Kabbalistic teachings, their influence is clear. The quest for Solomon's knowledge reveals our desire for wisdom and enlightenment. The seals challenge us to explore our potential and seek a greater understanding of the cosmos. Solomon's story endures, built on profound wisdom. His judgments, proverbs, and understanding of governance left an indelible mark. His wisdom remains relevant, calling us to seek clarity and insight. Solomon's wisdom was a living force, shaping his decisions and building a peaceful kingdom. True wisdom is to be lived, shared, and acted upon. Beyond his wisdom lies Solomon's mystical powers. Legends of his command over spirits and communion with animals captivate us. These stories point to a deeper understanding of the universe. The enigma of the seals endures, inspiring our quest for inner mastery. Solomon's legacy reminds us of the wonder and layers of reality yet to be explored. Solomon's legacy is a rich tapestry of wisdom and wonder. He was a king of insight, a builder, a poet, and a master of secrets. His story serves as a reminder of the heights humanity can aspire to. The quest for knowledge, justice, and harmony with creation are his enduring themes. Solomon's name echoes as a symbol of human aspiration aligned with divine grace.